The Peak District, the second busiest national park in the world, an area of wild and rugged mountain beauty. It attracts thousands of walkers and climbers, but every year accidents happen. And when they do, there's a team of dedicated volunteers who are trained to act at a moment's notice. The Edale Mountain Rescue Team. A Saturday afternoon in September, and the Edale team get their first call of the weekend. A walker has slipped while coming off Kinder Scout. She may have broken her ankle.
No, Charlie, micro under control. Go ahead, over.
This is do one. Yeah, for information, I've taken my Land Rover up to where DM1 is, but yes, no other vehicles come this far over.
The stretcher's prepared to carry the casualty back to the roadhead at Edale, and the team's medical officer administers first aid.
Mixing up some morphine here.
She's actually come down the path here. She's got to the gully where it gets to the water, and she's actually just gone over on her ankle. So apparently when she fell she had a crack in her ankle.
Are we ready? On 3, 1, 2, 3. Go on, keep going. That's lovely. Right, we need to shuffle you down a bit now, Michelle.
She's had cyclozine 50, diamorphine 15 intravenously, and sucking up the Entonox.
Right.
Like all rescue teams in the UK, the members of the Edale team are volunteers. They're on standby 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year, in all weathers, to help walkers and climbers. The rescuers have one thing in common: a love of the great outdoors and a commitment to help those in trouble.
There's quite a mix of members in the team, which I think is probably one of its strengths. Currently our members consist of there's a firefighter, there's several engineers, accountant, there's a taxman, there's a whole host of people really. The members do it because they do enjoy it. We all feel that we're putting a little bit back into the outdoors or into the community. All the team members are walkers or climbers or mountaineers of some description anyway. So really, to a certain extent, we're helping our friends and our colleagues who we might see out anyway, walking or climbing.
As well as having 45 operational members, the team also has 4 search and rescue dogs, which are often called out to incidents nationwide.
We're different in the respect that we do lots of known location incidents, and the searches that we tend to get involved in involve the dog handlers more than the other team members. Well, if we don't have an exact location for the casualty, which is often the case in bad visibility, a dog will go out with the first section. The other thing, I mean, this dog's quite useful because she'll pull things, and she'll, if you hang on to the lead, she'll get you up to the bottom of the crag a lot quicker, you know, if you're carrying something heavy, so that's quite good.
Last year, the team were called to 83 incidents. In summer months, they're out most days of the week. Training is vital. They practice new techniques regularly, so rescues go smoothly.
What we've got at the moment is an experimental setup using test equipment that tries to eliminate as much of the mechanical devices as we possibly can. So at the moment it's still in an experimental stage essentially. What we're doing is trying to make the thing work. We do quite a lot of crag-based rescues. Most of the crags in the Peak District are fairly low, not much more than 30-40 metres high. Some of them do have ledges on, so we do occasionally have to go down to get a climber who's fallen onto a ledge and then lower the climber down to the base of the crag in order to get them to medical attention. I think there were problems to do with the loading, the lowering, and using that device called the hold track, which is a pulley system. We'll sort that out. This is going to be another year before it actually goes into any kind of operational use yet, and we've got to sort them before we can do that.
We try and make training as realistic as possible, clearly because that's the way that members maximise the value of their own personal time training. On a real rescue, we wouldn't experiment with ideas. We wouldn't try different things. We do what we've trained for, what is tried and tested techniques using standard fully tested equipment. It's probably all quite a lot quicker and certainly more slick on a real rescue.
Sunday afternoon, shortly before dusk, a climber has fallen 8 metres from Stanage Edge. The first rescue team members are on the scene within minutes.
Just stop in airport. You know where you're going?
Paradise Wall, left on.
Yeah.
Mobile 2, you clear Army, over.
It's a steep and complicated route back to the road. The climber has serious arm and leg injuries, so the decision is made to call for help from an RAF seeking rescue helicopter. The climber needs hospital treatment and needs it fast.
Of a rock climbing injury, this is a fairly standard incident. We don't always use the Sea Kings. They're probably one in 4 to 5 rock climbers will get a Sea King to winch them off. This one was potentially one of the slightly more serious ones, so we've got the Sea King. The team members now have to tidy up the equipment. We'll be back down to the vehicles, sort out whatever we've used. We'll try and do that kind of process pretty quickly because you never know when we might be needed next.
No, we've got about an hour's clearing up to do yet. No pints yet, I'm afraid. That'll come later. Yeah. Got no house points left. I'll have to go home and read the kids a story, I suspect.
The team attends quite a variety of different rescues. Probably about a third of the rescues are fallen rock climbers with a variety of different injury. Maybe the next third is walkers, ramblers with normally a broken lower leg or a twisted ankle. We also help sort of like local farmers who are friends of the team basically to rescue animals stuck from ledges.
A farmer has asked for help from the team. One of his ewes has been stuck on a ledge for nearly 2 days.
We basically set up lines at the top to be able to lower 2 of us down and force the sheep into the back of the ledge it was on. Get a lasso round it as quickly as possible to stop it jumping, and then put it into our specially designed bag and lower it off. We get probably about 3 or 4 a year, but you can never tell. I mean, this is the second one we've had in about a month. This is actually another sheep we did about a few weeks ago on this very same ledge.
Come back with our bag.
As visitors to the Peak District come and go, the men and women of the rescue team are on standby, prepared to go at a moment's notice to any incident. For them, it's more than a hobby. It's a commitment. It's a way of life.
It's the one thing I have a job in coping with is the day when I'm no longer able to go out and be with my dog in the hills. You know, that's the one thing that keeps me sane, really.
Do you get a sense of satisfaction when you finished a job that we've all worked well as a team as well? And when the casualties turn around and say thank you very much, and the ambulance service, really pleased that we're there.
Very intrusive, yeah. Got very understanding partners, I guess.
I think really, as long as people use the outdoors, climbing and walking, there'll always be a need for the rescue team, and the rescue teams will always be here.